And hi everybody, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good week so far. So today is Thursday the 27th of February 2014. Seriously. So we're back reviewing the newest episode, of Arrow, episode 13 I believe, titled Time of Death. This is just a brilliant episode. It was a fantastic episode, guest starring Robert Nepper as the Clock King, and he was just, oh my god, he was absolutely on top form, absolutely spot on. His character is very, very precise, very calculated, and there was a sense of the calculator in him in certain ways as well, which I thought was pretty good. He has a couple of guys working for him who steal a device from Cord Industries. So there's Ted Cord already, Blue Beetle, the connection there. And I honestly thought that the device they're actually stealing was going to be in the form of the Scarab. That would have been quite interesting if it was. But no, it was something known as a skeleton key, which allows for the Clock King to use as a device to, you know, unlock, I believe, bank vaults as such. And the reason he's actually stealing money from the bank vaults is for his sister, because he's actually got what's known as McGregor's syndrome, and if you know your Batman very well, you'll be familiar with that term. It's the disease or the syndrome that befell poor Victor Freeze's wife Nora, which then you know, sort of like turned him to find a cure for his wife. And obviously when he you know, every time he tries to find a cure, he's, yeah, well, it's pretty much the reason that Freeze is who he is. So there's that little connection there as well. So yeah, that's the reason why he's doing this. So he's, you know, yeah, he's a criminal, but he's very, very, how should I put it? He knows his way around the computer system. And Felicity meets her match with the Clock King. You know, she finds it difficult to trace him, and there's even one point where he overrides the traffic crossrail system. A bus is about to clash with a train. Oliver stops the bus, and it's very interesting the way in which he does it. But there's a little DC Comics Easter egg on this bus, and if you look very closely, if you've got really sharp eyes, you'll actually see it's a movie poster for Blue Devil. Okay, Blue Devil, who's a mystical character, and he is actually, as he is called, he is a blue devil. He's got horns as well. He's got a scepter as well in his hand. He literally is a devil, and he's blue. So yeah, there's a movie coming this summer, the new adventure of Blue Devil, which is pretty awesome. So a nice touch there. So as I say, Felicity meets her match with the Clock King, and there's even at one point where she actually feels unworthy as such. And the reason I say that is because at the beginning of the episode, we see Diggle, Sarah and Oliver sparring, all three of them. You got Diggle and Oliver both topless, Sarah in her sexy get-up, as I would like to say, and it just, you know, Felicity walks in on the three of them, and she's just like, oh, okay. But then when they start all comparing scars with each other, she definitely feels left out, because she even mentions a scar inside her, like where, you know, behind her jaw and such, you know, how she's got to live with that for a long time and this, that and the other. But she just felt like an outsider. She really did, and you know, you feel sorry for Felicity on a great deal. What I'll also say is, don't rule out Diggle and Felicity. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not one for ships, because I've experienced that one full hand with Smallville, but all I'm going to say is don't rule out Diggle and Felicity. There we go. So yeah, there was a point where even Felicity, as I say, because she felt so unworthy and inadequate, she actually started doing a bit of sparring herself, which was quite interesting. Even Oliver couldn't quite believe the fact that she was wearing, you know, training gym clothes type thing. He was like, what are you wearing? And yeah, he just couldn't believe it. So that was interesting. What else do we have? The island, obviously flashback as per usual. We get the origin of Sin in this episode, which I thought was very good. It was a nice touch. A plane comes crashing down on the island that Oliver, Sarah and Slade were trying to wave for help, but for whatever reason the plane malfunctioned and crash landed on the island, because they're trying to find a way to get to the Amazo boat that Ivo is still on with these people, these men, and it's so far away that they have no idea how they're going to get there. As I say, this plane crashes down and there's a man in there. He's pretty much on the brink of death, and he's holding a piece of paper in his hand with like a photo. Well, I think it's a photo of his daughter, and he's telling Sarah, to look after her if she can, to promise him that she will be looked after, and well, it's none other than Sin. And speaking of which, Sin nearly ruined the secret for Sarah, because now that everybody knows that Sarah is back, Oliver decides to hold a party for her, and Sin runs right up to Sarah, gives her a hug in front of Thea and in front of Sarah's parents, I believe, and everyone was like, "Do you two know each other?" So Sin had to sort of like do some sort of cover story, say, no, I'm always excited for people who are back from the dead, kind of like a fetish thing. I was like, oh, whatever floats your boat, darling. But she had to hurry with the cover. It was quite impressive, so that was good. I just want to quickly mention right, Quentin Lance. The day that he finds out the truth about Oliver and Sarah is the day that he's going to die. I can promise you that. I guarantee it, because how he still does not know that they are both who they are. It's just incredible, absolutely incredible. It's just unbelievable. I mean, then again, if you think about it, they've both got masks. Sarah wears a wig. Oliver's got the hood. But still, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the day that he does eventually find out. And we're speaking of Quentin and Sarah, the Lance family dinner. Quentin goes to see Sarah. Sorry, not Sarah, Laurel, and tries to make her understand, about Sarah returning, and even Dinah as well. Quentin was telling Laurel how he felt so good that Dinah's back, that he feels that there's that connection again between the pair of them. Then Laurel's like, okay, I'll make dinner, all of you come round, and then we'll be a family again for this one night as such. Unbeknownst to her and everybody else in the family, Sarah invites Oliver. That doesn't go down well, because later on a bombshell is revealed to Quentin by Dinah, because Dinah's actually working in Central City. She doesn't want to move back to Starling City, even though Quentin believes that she will. She doesn't, because she's met someone. Oh dear, poor Quentin. And then Sarah sees the look between both Oliver and Sarah, Laurel sees the look between both Sarah and Oliver's eyes, and she knows that they're doing it again. So she was not happy about that, and then Oliver tells Laurel some home truths. He brings her back down to reality. He wakes her up to that point of where Laurel then has a heart-to-heart with Sarah, and then she meets up with her dad at the, I believe it's the, it might be, I don't know if it's the anger management class or something like that, but one of those little speakeasy places. And obviously, remember, I think it was a couple of episodes ago that Quentin was going to get Laurel to do that beforehand, and she was so against it. She was not even happy with Quentin doing that. But yeah, she eventually decided that this time round. What else do we have? Oh dear. As I say, the origin of Sin was brilliant. Felicity, as I'd already mentioned earlier, that she felt unworthy, but she does make up ground. She does something so epic and so fantastic and so unexpected. Couldn't believe it. She puts herself in harm's way, and we know she does that a lot. But in this episode, she doesn't only put herself in harm's way. She takes a bullet for Sarah. Don't worry, she's not dead. She takes a bullet in the shoulder for Sarah, and then there was a bit where Sarah's stitching her up, and you see poor Felicity's proper drugged up to the eyeballs, and she's she pretty much tells Oliver that she thought she was his girl, not girlfriend, but but Oliver assures her that she is his girl. and you know, she just wanted to prove herself as such. She doesn't need to. This is the thing. You know, she felt inadequate, because there was even one point in the episode where Sarah Lance started using the computer system to good effect, and you know, Felicity felt, well, what's the point of me being here then? She obviously knows her way around a computer system and this, that and the other, but even Diggle assured her, because you're irreplaceable. And Felicity is irreplaceable. I can't imagine the show without Felicity now, to be perfectly honest. I can't, no, I'm sorry. Felicity is integral to the show, okay? And when she does eventually make the crossover, which I'm sure she will, to The Flash, because I'm hoping we'll see her in that as well, and I'm hoping for crossover episodes between those two shows, which will be epic. You know, she's now part of it. She is a part of the DC universe. She always has been. So yeah, I just can't see the show without her at all. It's just one of those things. So yeah, that was interesting. But overall, solid episode. Absolutely brilliant. The DC comic teasers in particular, but the ending. Oh my God, the ending was just brutal. Oh dear. Oh dear. That handshake between Oliver and Slade. Oh, unexpectedly. It was unexpected for Oliver to be at the house, because he got a text from Thea, because at the party Thea noticed an indifference between her mother and her brother. So she can tell that there was something wrong. So she texts Oliver and says, come home. So he rushes home thinking, oh, something's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Thea's not even in the house. Moira's in the house. She's having a meeting with someone. And when she introduces this person to Oliver, Oliver just could not believe his eyes. And when I heard the voice to begin with, I was like, no. It was so distinct, because it was an Australian accent. You could tell it was straight away, it was Slade Wilson. I was like, oh my God, please don't introduce these two together, because if they do, oh my, and then the handshake. And the look on Oliver's face. And next week's promo already. What's the matter, Oliver? You look a little peaked. Oh, can this show get any more awesome? Can it? I don't think it can. Oh dear. Oh dear. Anyway, so just to add on as well, that the show finale is the finale for this season will be Wednesday, May 14th. So put that in your diary, and we will be back with Arrow Character Spotlight this Saturday. Find out who I will be talking about in that one. Yeah, I think that's everything. So yes, also just to quickly add, a friend of mine, Jonathan Powell, who does a lot of movie comic book props, he does make some serious good stuff. He's made the Black Canary and the Arrow masks, and he's going to send me a few Arrow masks as well. So look out for that. Watch this space, because they will be given away as prizes, hopefully towards the end of the season anyway. So bear that in mind. I'm sure I'll have something in place for a competition for you guys to get your hands on them. Trust me, you'll want to get your hands on them. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. See you all very soon. Bye.